Hello everyone, welcome to our Codes Academy. Previously, if you are trying to create a simple login form, what's your approach? You may start with simple HTML, added with CSS, and client scripts can be added using JS, right? Now, let's explore it in our code's way. So, using DOM manipulation through JavaScript, dynamically we will add the content over there in HTML DOM, right? So let's explore it. To demonstrate that, I need a directory. Give me some time to create it in my desktop. So I'm going to create a folder name DOM in desktop. I'm trying to open it now. Control O, open. Yeah, desktop. I just want to open the folder called DOM. Yeah, so my folder is getting explored now. Okay, yeah, the folder is there and explode. It's empty now. And to demonstrate, I need three files. One is dom.html to create HTML, and the another one is here it is created. Here I need to create it. The another one is dom.js, and one more thing that I need is I will open it from here. New file, Xcalit draw. It's a whiteboard to show you how the operations are happened. So now I have created all these three things. Just want to show with fine. Now I just want to split the screen in order to show you clearly how it is getting demonstrated. I'll make it dom.html goes there, and I will copy the dom.js also to here. Now both are came here, and my whiteboard is also there. Now let's start with HTML. So as already we have an extension, just want to do us all the things that we want to do us type an exclaim symbol and click the tab. All the boilerplates will be displayed here. HTML document type, it's a simple boilerplate that every HTML file should have. Next, your HTML open tag, HTML close tag to represent the entire viewport. Inside there is two sections, one is HTML head, the another one is body segment. So we are going to keep the body empty in order to inject all the content from JavaScript, and we are going to keep the HTML head to display the title of this page. The title now is document. Now what we are going to create is login form, using DOM. So the login form DOM will be your title of the page, right? So now your HTML is ready. In order to inject all the components from the JavaScript, we need to call the JavaScript. For that we are going to create a script tag. The tag is ready. The source file should be there in the same directory. Now we are having it in the same directory, right? Yeah, you can see in the same directory it's the jam.js is also there. So the source file of the script is dom.js. So relative URL we give, right? So it's ready now. So now we have completed the HTML file. The HTML is ready to call the JavaScript, and as we are going to run it in live server through VS Code, so one important thing that we have to add, that type equal to module, so which will help you to automatically invoke your JavaScript once the HTML is rendered. So that's the thing we are going to add over here, that is type equal to module. Type is your attribute name equal to within double quote module, right? So now during the rendering process of the HTML, it automatically load or call the JavaScript DOM. Now we enter into the dom.js, where I want to check whether my page is getting ready to load. Console.log Okay, page loaded. Okay, so now I will check whether it is ready or not. So I will execute it. So in my console, so please bear with me, the console will be loaded in third screen, which may not be displayed. Yeah, the page is getting loaded, so during the execution you can able to know. Okay, so now it is ready. So before start of this, I would like to say a few more things to you guys. What is DOM? There are some DOM manipulation function in Java functions. These functions are help you to complete some tasks. Okay, the tasks of DOM manipulation functions are: one, it may support both input and output. In case of the input, it can create the elements, I mean HTML elements. Okay, HTML element, and it can create the HTML element, and it can do okay, to select the element after creation. Select the HTML elements. Okay, and third, it can modify the attribute of the elements. It can modify the attribute of the element. And fourth one, it can add CSS to the elements. And the final one is handle the events. Okay, these are the 5 things can be done as an input process using the DOM manipulation function. The JavaScript can able to inject the elements inside the HTML DOM, and it can alter the elements or select the elements in the HTML DOM, and it can add the CSS over there in the CSS arm, and finally it can handle all the events. And similarly, to show the outputs, the HTML, so for example, JavaScript DOM manipulation functions contain: one is console.log, which print the results over there in the console, and second one is inner HTML function. Okay, the inner HTML function allows you to feed the content inside the elements of the particular HTML DOM, and third one is alert box, which will give you an alert window on the browser, and fourth one is prompt. It will generate the prompt box on the browser window. Okay, these are the things can be done with the help of your JavaScript DOM manipulation functions. Hope it is clear. So now we will do some other things, how to do the operations now. Okay, so let's see. So I have printed the console.log now, right? Next, I'm just going to create an alert function. Whether the alert will have or not, I'm just going to add welcome in alert. Okay, so I will check whether it come or not. Will do execute it in the browser, same browser window. The alert box is getting created, which is not displayed to you again. Okay, but it is getting created. Now we'll move on to the next. So we can create a prompt box. In order to create the prompt box, we need to call the function prompted. Okay, so inside you have to give some argument so that it will be displayed while the prompt box displayed on the browser window. What I'm going to give is enter the name, my name. So this particular name I'm going to use it later part of our JS. So it will return that particular value when the user typed on that corresponding prompt box. So it has to collect it. To collect it, I need to put it over there in some variable constant name. Okay, this I'm going to do. So after all these three, what I'm going to do is can create the HTML elements using JavaScript DOM manipulation functions. Okay, let's see that. Actually in this live server the constant prompt cannot be supported, so I just create one simple variable constant name equal to, I'm going to give my name as a string literal. Okay, that's it. So since still it is not supported in the live server, I just make it a simple constant literal. Okay, string literal again. Okay, so this particular name I'm going to use somewhere else in the code. Okay, so now let's look at it. Okay, our next work is create the container. Create the container. Here the task is we are going to create a container box like this. The name of the container box would be a container. Okay. Inside the container we are going to add username, and we are going to add one password. After that we are going to add one button, and we are going to add one text which is called a reset as a link. So these are the four things that we are going to create inside this container. Okay, now to create this container, what we want to do is constant container, okay, equal to, so inside the HTML DOM we are going to create it, right? So the object name is called a document dot create element of, so what type of element we are going to create? The entire container we are going to. For this container the regular element is called div. Okay, the division is getting created now. So after created it, what is the output? You can see after execution of this particular line, the output would be in the document object, it create div close div. This element is getting created. Okay, the next step what we are going to do is, in order to select or perform the styles or accessing this container, we need to set an ID value to this container. Okay, for ID selector, right? So further what we need to do is container dot set attribute of, the function will set attributes to any elements using DOM manipulation. Okay, set attributes, we have to give two arguments here. One is name of the property, that means name of the attribute, comma, second one is the value to the attribute. Here we are going to give that as login box. The ID will become login box now. Okay, now the container can able to access with the help of an identifier login box, right? So we did it. Now this code is getting changed in different way. I will show you how it is. Div ID equal to login box. In case if you have created this as in HTML, it has to be created inside this body tag. Now this division tag is created using DOM.js, not directly at the HTML. Okay, so after execution of this two line, this element is getting created and it will be injected into the document object. Hope it is clear. So now we can able to perform the styles on this particular container. How to add style to this container? Let's see. Style, add style to container. Okay, so how to add the style? We need to select the container. For that container dot, to add the style, there's a property called style dot. First we need to set the width of the container. For that, width width equal to some 350 pixels we will give. Okay, now we set the width. After set the width, what are the things we need to do? No need to copy all the things, we will copy these things alone. Container dot style dot margin, we need to set margin equal to within the quote some 50 pixel we will give 50 pixel. It can be set auto. Okay, now next container dot style. After set the margin, we have to set the padding in order to give the spaces to the text. It will be set as 20 pixel. Okay, so after padding is set, next we need to set the border. Container dot style dot border equal to, how to set this, 2 pixel for size of the border or border width, and solid or dashed or dotted we have to give, and the last one is okay, solid, and we need to give one more thing as a property, that is color, black, that I'm going to give. Okay, now I have clearly said the border. So we have created a rounded border, right? In order to create a rounded border, container dot style dot border radius we need to call border radius. Okay, equal to some 10 pixel is sufficient to create a rounded corners. Now it is ready. Okay, so after that we need to set the background color, right? Container dot style dot background background color. Okay, it's got it. Background color equal to quotation, we need to give this as white. Okay, finally the maximum cells have been given. Now all the things has to be come into the center alignment. For aligning it into the center, we need to set container dot style. Inside we are going to give a text and the objects. All this considers a text object. Text align equal to CNT or center. Everything is set. Okay, fine. So now what we want to go to do is, so container is getting created. That same container will be there, added with some attribute and added with some styles. Now we have to display this container over there in my document object, right? That means in my HTML. Okay, how to do that? So the container is now ready. We have to put it over there in the body of the HTML page. Let's see here. So this is the container. We have to place this over there in the entire HTML documents body. Okay, this is called as body, right? Body tag. Okay, you can see this is a body tag. Inside the body the container have to be added, right? So to do that, what we need to do is, document is a global object which represents that HTML DOM dot document dot, we need to select the body dot append child. Which child we are going to append? The container we are going to append. Container. Okay, the container object we are going to append it. So now the object is getting appended inside the document dot body, right? Okay, let's see whether the output is came or not. Welcome is getting printed. Yeah, the container is ready now. Clear? So now the container is ready. Next, what we want to do is, we can add the login box buttons. That is input, two input boxes. One is for username, the another one is for password, and we need to set one button along with the reset. Okay, this is the thing. These are the things that we are going to give now. Okay, shall we move on? All right.